the first Friday of Ramadan. شهر أوله رحمة وأوسطه مغفرة وآخره عتق من النار. Ramadan is about three words: mercy, forgiveness, and freedom from fire in this world and hereafter. My beloved brothers and sisters, this is Shahrullah, the month of God. And you are Dhuyufullah, the guests of God. And the main menu in this reception is mercy, forgiveness, and freedom from nar. This is the month of communication. Yes, with God and the people. We communicate with God through the prayer, the ad'iyah, Kumail, Al-Joshan, Al-Iftitah, Abu Hamza, Thamali. We talk with God through these du'as. As Allah talks with us through the Holy Quran, Iqra, we recite and we repeat His words. Why it is so? Because this is the month that 6,230 verses were revealed in this month on the night of revelation on the heart of the Prophet. Subhanallah, look at the capacity of the heart of this messenger. Alam nashrah laka sadrak. Only that heart can receive 6,230 verses one time. Inna anzalna. Nuzul al-inzali. Mean in one package. It was revealed to the heart of the Prophet. But it took 23 years that this package be revealed to us in Tanzili way, graduation. So we have Anzalnah and we have Nazalnah. Anzalnahu fi laylat al-qadr. But Nazalnahu, we revealed it gradually to the Ummah in 23 years. We were not able to receive this powerful, mighty message in one package. It was only the Qalbun Nabi who could take it. So this is the month of communication between man and God. And the purpose of this communication, the purpose of this Siyam is one thing. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. Tattaqoon. What is taqwa? Salvation of your soul. What is taqwa? The sense, the feeling of presence of your Lord in your heart. Taqwa, protection of your soul from all spiritual diseases, all evil influences in our heart. Taqwa is fear of God. Taqwa is piety. Taqwa is self-control. Taqwa is righteousness. لو أن أهل القرى آمنوا واتقوا واتقوا لفتحنا عليهم بركات من السماء والأرض. Do you know what is going to happen? If there is taqwa in the society, the gates of barakat and blessings and grace of God is showering the community from the heavens and the earth. ولكن كذبوا فأخذناهم بما كانوا يكسبون. They rejected this communication and they had to deal with the consequences of their deeds. If Allah had told us only one time, ittaqullah, it was enough. But you know how many times He said it? 69 times, ittaqullah, ittaqullah. In the Quran, ittaqullah wa'alamu anna Allah ma'al muttaqeen. ittaqullah haqqa tuqatih. ittaqullah in kuntum mu'mineen. If you have faith, have taqwa. Even if you don't have faith, it still is good for you to have taqwa. ittaqullah ya ulil albab. That means if some people don't have iman, but they have reason. If you have religion, have taqwa, piety. Even if somebody is out of religion, but have reason, even reason tells us, ittaqullah, because that is good for you. In kuntum ta'lamun. At-taqwa hiya tariq at-taqarrub ila Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You want to get closer to God? And month of Ramadan is month that we get al-qurba ilallah, we get closer. And we get to the maximum closeness, aqrabu ilallah. How we know that in the first week of Ramadan we achieve something. أَلْأَنْتُمْ أَقْرَبُ إِلَى اللَّهِ فِي أَوَّلِ جُمْعَةٍ مِنْ هَذَا الشَّهْرِ الْمُبَارَكِ is free to test. If now you have a heart that is more loving, then you are closer to God now. If you have more passion for humanity, you are closer to God. If you feel brotherhood and humanity, if you are a source of help and hope and compassion for the community and for creation, then you are closer to God. If you feel more obedience now, more obedience to your Lord, and more action for people, then you are closer to God. You are more Muslim in the first week of Ramadan if you can define yourself with the term of the Prophet, peace be upon him, al-Muslimu man salim al-nas min lisanihi min yadihi wa lisanih. Yeah, you can test yourself. We can test ourselves if in the first week of Ramadan we are more Muslims now. If our expression and our actions provide more caring, more sharing, more hope and help for humanity, then we are more Muslims. ونعوذ بالله مما يحدث في العالم الإسلامي باسم الدين والإسلام. Who would think that in the month of Ramadan, in 20th century, the century of science and civilization and education, we have so many gangsters among this ummah, so many animals who call themselves al-Khilafa al-Islamiyya, na'udhu billah. They call themselves Amir al-Mu'mineen. Who is this guy, al-Baghdadi, all of a sudden became Amir al-Mu'mineen? Amir al-Mu'mineen, the commander of the faithful. I was listening to BBC this morning saying that they go village by village in areas under their control and they kill anyone who is not Sunni, whether Shia or Christian, and then they go to the Sunni and they kill the Sunnis if they don't make the bay'ah with Khalifatul Muslimin, na'udhu billah. And this happens in 21st century, in the month of Ramadan, in the name of God, in the name of religion. And so embarrassing, brothers and sisters, that the world is silent about this tragedy. Those who were silent for 8 years when Saddam Hussein was using chemical weapon and killing people in hundreds of thousands, they were silent, not only silent, they were supporting him with money, with might, with military. The same devils are supporting directly or indirectly this tragedy of terrorism in the Middle East today. They did not learn a lesson from that 8 years of support all over again. I can say, brothers and sisters, this mess is going on in this ummah because the ummah ignored what the Holy Prophet said on that day, Kitab Allah wa itrati. We are suffering for 1400 years because we forgot that point. Because when he said, let me write something, you don't get messed up with your life and you don't get confused. There were some Muslims saying that, Hasbuna kitab Allah inna rajul la yahjur. I don't want to go now to ikhtilafat. I don't want to talk about khilafah, which is the main issue among the Muslims. That doesn't help us at this time, but it's hard not to mention the chaos in the ummah and the causes for this chaos. I was talking with this WDET yesterday, part of NPR radio station, and you may listen to it on Monday at 9 a.m. It was the Greek show, and he asked me, as a matter of fact, that what is that we can do? I said that, well, as a community, we pray for peace. We pray for justice. But then, and this is the month of Ramadan, we pray to Allah for Islah, waqf al-dima, al-abriya, al-madlumin. In Ramadan, they cannot fast, no food, homeless, hungry, humiliated, unpaid, no security, refugees all over, we pray for them. But at the same time, something that the government should do, and that is to go with the principles. I said, Greek, isn't it that our government says and claims that we support democracy, freedom, human rights, human integrity? Then let us practice what we preach. Why they don't do it? Why they see this terrorism and some people are even happy with it? There is no way, no reason for the government to be confused about the situation. You know, Bertrand Russell said something, this French philosopher, said that the problem in the world is that the stupid ones are very clear, they are very committed, and they are ready to go, and very decisive. But people of education, they are like doubtful. They cannot make a decision. And that's the problem. Why you are confused? You know who is supporting terrorism in the Middle East? Who is against democracy and human rights? So why you stand with them? Why you are standing on the wrong side of this struggle? Why double standards? And I said, Greek, as Muslims, we are not confused about this situation. We condemn terrorism, we condemn extremism, Doesn't matter the claim of the title. If this corruption, this crime, this murdering happen in the name of Allah, in the name of Yahweh, in the name of Jehovah, in the name of Father, in the name of Creator, doesn't matter. We condemn that. Whether he is in Jerusalem killing a Palestinian boy, or even a Jewish or Christian who is not part of the war, normal citizens, we condemn that. At the same time, if the same thing happened in Iraq, in Syria, anywhere, so we are not confused. In our conscience, we condemn any kind of terrorism. And I said that when somebody like this guy, he says that أنا خليفة المسلمين. Iraqi territory doesn't belong to Iraqis. Syria doesn't belong to Syrians. Come here. I have the power, come to my territory. And then whoever says no, his head, her head is gone. Either submission or sword. You choose, like Yazid ibn Muawiyah, it's the same logic. Either you do bay'ah or you deserve to die. I said, when people like this, they talk in the name of God, in the name of Islam, I see them very far from Islam. But when I see a non-Muslim like Mahatma Gandhi talking about 7 social sins, when I see somebody like Martin Luther King, his lecture about my dreams, when I see Nelson Mandela talked about freedom, they were not Muslims, but in my heart and in my mind, they are more Muslims than Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi and anyone else with this category. Because those people, now Luther King, Mandela, Mahatma, they had good heart. And this is the thing that matters. Isn't it that Quran says, بِقَلْبٍ سَلِيمٍ لا ينفع مال ولا بنون إلا من أتى الله بقلب سليم. What the Lord does recognize is a peaceful heart. And this is the reality of Islam. And brothers and sisters, this is the purpose of Siyam. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. Taqwa starts from our heart. The place of piety is our heart. Now if somebody cannot fast, فَمَنْ كَانَ مِنْكُمْ مَرِيضًا أَوْ عَلَى سَفَرٍ فَعِدَّةٌ مِنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخَرٍ. If you are traveling or sick, fast another time after Ramadan, another season. وَعَلَى الَّذِينَ يُطِيقُونَهُ فِدْيَةٌ طَعَامُ مِسْكِينٍ. Even you are not traveling, you are not sick, but fasting is too hard, to the point that you cannot tolerate it. يُطِيقُونَ is فوق طاقتكم. In this case, فِدْيَةٌ طَعَامُ مِسْكِينٍ. Instead of fasting, you feed a hungry, you feed a poor. And that is part of package of Ramadan. أَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ. It hurts my heart to see in the evenings of Ramadan, most of our masajid are empty in a city of Dearborn and Dearborn Heights, that tens of thousands of Muslims live in this neighborhood. Many people, they forgot about fasting and prayer. They don't forget about firework on 4th of July. That's not something that they would forget. But then they forget about importance of fasting and importance of charity. Some of us may pray, Aqimus Salat, but we forget the next word, Wa'atu Zakat. What about Zakat? Why is it that some of our center, and House of Wisdom is one of them, this is a service center, a center available to serve the community day and night, answering the telephone, emails, messages, on Facebook, online, directly, helping people even financially, those who are in emergency situation and they are desperate for help. Going outreach, drive anywhere to churches, university, TVs, radio stations, outreach, serving the food, serving the faith and community. Why a place like House of Wisdom should struggle for paying its bills? That is not something nice. That's not a good sign for us to go to the situation that the place of prayer be empty. Even in month of Ramadan, that is a month of al-ubudiyya, al-ruhaniyya, al-ma'nawiyya. This is the season of soul. And if few of us come, then fewer of us complete the prayer with charity. فَمَنْ تَتَوَّأَ خَيْرًا فَهُوَ خَيْرُ اللَّهِ. When you act like a volunteer, when you spend your time, when you support a center of service with your ideas, with your encouragement, with your financial support, فَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَكَ. This is good for you. Because at the end we are going to leave and no abaya, no amama, only one kafan, and that's all we take, brothers and sisters, from this world. And that can happen every moment, every moment. So let us appreciate the gift of Ramadan. Let us understand the importance of this time, that you and I sitting here and healthy, secure, in this spiritual, beautiful atmosphere. We can fast, we can pray, we can pay, we can help. Let us use this gift of the time. This time is not there for us forever. You know that, I know that. We remember that many, many times during our daily life, don't we? I remember it many times. I reflect on the moment of my death many times during day and night, and I said, oh God, how much more left? I don't know. But now that I have it, let us spend this time and appreciate the importance of this time. And I feel so sad and so sorry, and I want to cry for those people who have the opportunity of Ramadan, but they don't use it with some extra prayer, with extra charity, with extra love and passion, with taking more steps toward unity and brotherhood and closeness and making one family out of this community. How come we can waste our time? How this time can be wasted in backbiting and gossip and negative thing and negative energy, instead of being using for renovation of our soul. Ramadan is a renovation of our spirit. Brothers and sisters, if there is one thing that we should remember from the Holy Prophet who said, Man sama imanan wa ihtisaban kharaja min dhunubihi kayawmin waladathu ummuh. That's a beautiful, very promising message for us, that if you think about being born again, this is the time. You have heard from Christians, they talk about be born again, right? For Muslims, the perfect time to born again is the holy month of Ramadan. If you cannot be born again on the Laylatul Qadr that is coming soon, the night of destiny, min kull amr, all things related to our destination are going to be fixed with communication between the heavens and the earth. And we have to be ready for such a beautiful time to change our destiny, to do a reconstruction of our soul, a month of spiritual construction and building bridges of obedience with God and action and passion for His people. Ad-Dinu kalimatan or kalimatayn, at-ta'atu lillah wa-shafaqatu lil-makhluqeen. Obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and showing shafaqah, al-mawadda, al-mahabba, passion for His people. Ibadallah, إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون وإلى الصلاة إن الصلاة تنهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل